You're a liar.
Miki.
Akira.
We have to get out of here! We have to get out of here or she'll kill us! You idiot! What are you saying? Listen to yourself, you're crazy! Apologize to me
Rio.
right now! Or, you know what?
Miki.
I'll hate you forever! No! Please
Akira.
don't say it! Don't say you hate me!
Way! Way! Oh, I'm crying because it's the reunion of the Slapdash Saboteurs.
Okay, Eric,
Everyone's
sad.
Everyone's
Can we get Scott, please?
No, I'm like happy tears and I'm crying because we're all
Scott,
back
I can
together.
feel
The original games. They're rising up within me because I'm back, I'm Eric, Scott's back, he's Scott,
Hello.
and Brandon is back.
Can
Yeah,
I
that's
quit?
it. No, Brandon's back and it's been a long time since we've had him here. And it's been a long time since we've done one of these anyway. But the original crew is back together and that's what matters. And we're here because we're all crying and sad.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Brandon, you
Yes,
sound
that's
like the
right.
saddest crybaby of them all. How do you feel?
Yeah.
I regret agreeing to do this.
Wow, you're sounding pretty devilish right now.
Oh, you're
Brandon.
sounding like why you got kicked off in the first place and replaced with Andy.
Yeah.
First of all,
You know, because you gave up.
I quit.
Yeah, it was mutual.
Yeah, it was a mutual thing.
It's not mutual if I quit.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
mutual
we were
because we
happy.
didn't want you after you quit. We didn't want you because you
Well,
quit.
why don't you just get Andy back now?
Alright, let's
Because
find Andy.
He's busy having a happy college life. We can't.
Yeah,
He's
freaking
beyond
Andy.
us now.
What's he doing?
Oh, my
beyond us now.
happy college life.
Did you guys know that he has like 12 friends?
Like,
Wow, that's a lot more than your one.
Anyway, whoa, hold on a second. Wait, there's two of you right here. Anyway,
God.
hey guys, we're gonna talk about Devilman Crybaby.
Whoa,
It's
that's
this new
a
anime.
completely original idea. Good thing we came
Wow.
up with it.
Yeah, that could have been bad. Yeah, so it's a hip new show about this guy that goes to work at McDonald's because he's a devil.
Yeah, I believe it's called McRonald's, actually. Yeah.
I'm
And then
not.
there's some girl that's like a hero, and she's chasing after him.
Yep.
Yeah, Boku no Hero, my devil is a part-time romance. Gutsu.
I'm so glad we have more reverse isekais now.
The reverse isekai are really the future.
Uh,
No.
The
No, they're not.
future is now, old
No,
man.
they're the
Eric.
past.
Get with the times.
The future is now, and it resides in Osamatsu-kun. You know,
the 60s.
from like the
and
60s. From like the 60s. The future is now, and it's One Piece, and I'm ready for it. I actually went back recently and listened to all the One Piece openings, and there are some gems and there are some real shit ones.
Yeah,
and it goes
yo,
through
yeah,
such a wide spread of
yo.
music.
Great, man.
One of them is literally like, one of them is literally Eurobeat. Like, how did this happen?
Gas.
Yeah, but instead of cars, it's like pirate ships. See, drifting doesn't matter because there's no corners to cut.
Except on animation.
Anyway, yeah, Devilman Crybaby. That's actually very fair.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
we're talking
But they
about
can,
Devilman Crybaby.
They can say that drop frames.
That's a show.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Pretty
Hey,
unknown,
what are we
so
all-
we're probably the only ones to cover this.
Yeah, really, it was surprising how little Twitter talked about it, and like how it didn't even get to the normie sphere almost.
I know, right?
Yeah. I think the most impressive thing is that it's been like over a month since it came out, and people are still making content about it.
It hasn't.
But nobody
been a
knows
month.
about
It
it.
came out January 5th.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
God.
Really?
I mean, I just know that you watched it like 3 weeks later than everyone else, Eric. But
Oh, Brandon, I'm a little too sophisticated
So,
for interacting
for many
with the common
fans,
folk.
particularly our indie band fans, Eric watched this quite recently. Well, Brendan and I watched this a few weeks ago, so he'll be right on top of it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a straggler, but I took notes. I took notes so I could
you'll
remember
be
all the
carrying
characters,
us,
such as
we'll be like
Ron.
saying stuff and be like, "I think this happened," and you'll know exactly.
Yeah.
and we'll just say
I'll be your
right
fact
too.
checker. See, you're saying this.
All right, so let's.
See, but the sad thing about that, though, is that I literally forgot Ryo's name the other day when I was thinking about the show, so I just called him Ron in my head for a bit.
Like Nagasaki.
My favorite
Yeah.
part
Okay,
of Harry
my
Potter
fav-
was when Ron Weasley turned out to be Voldemort all along.
Yeah. Turns out it was a fake nose the whole time. That was the most shocking thing, was they make fake noses in that world.
I'm still shocked by how many people actually like Harry Potter.
God.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
a great book.
it's a great
I don't
book
know.
for
That's not
children
what
Yes,
and
but the
young
people who like it are not kids.
All right, Brandon, calm down. Not everything has to be good for people to like it.
But
You're right, that explains
speaking
the
of
entirety
good,
of
what
the
are our
okay genre.
opinions on this show? How about we just go into something with the actual show?
Hey, that's probably a good
I
idea.
thought this was a Harry Potter podcast.
I mean, it could be. Is that what we're switching to? Alright,
Sure.
third movie's the best movie. We're done.
Okay, thank you so much, because nobody agrees with me. Because the third's my favorite movie and book. Like, the costumes are different.
Which one's the third?
Like, they're not just wearing uniforms. The third one's the one with Prisoner of Azkaban,
Oh, yeah.
and Voldemort's not in it.
The edgy one.
It's great.
True.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fifth one's probably the edgy one, but...
Has everyone seen the fifth one?
Can we
Yeah.
show the fact
Was it
that the
four-
first
four
movie
was
just
Goblet,
keep
right?
playing?
4 was Goblet, yeah. 4 was one of the ones that adapted to a movie really well.
Was 5 the camping trip?
You mean... No, that's 7 part 1, but they did a good job in the movie. In the book of 7, like, half of it is just them in the woods, yeah. But they just cut out most of those parts for making a film script, so that worked well. Anyway, yeah, Devilman
That
Crybaby.
dog is really telling us to get on with it.
I live in the beautiful city of New York, and there's
York, I
fucking
love
noise
you.
all the time.
But you're bringing me down.
So, my bad.
He's a good old Kermit the
At least there's not the people blaring Latin pop music, because that was happening 2 hours ago, and it happens every Saturday. So, don't expect any recordings at 4 o'clock on Saturdays.
Alright.
Yeah,
So, back to Devilman anyways. Let's start this out. I think the first episode is a meme because it's just
Yeah, that's
pretty
fair.
weird and like people talk about the original manga being really dumb and crazy, and I think the first episode carries that over pretty well.
Yeah, that's fair. It definitely looks really jank, at the very least. All the animation is, like, really amorphous.
Yeah.
Well, that's the entire thing. The entire thing is pretty janky animation.
Yeah.
I think that was part of the point,
Yeah.
though.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm just saying it looks really
It's
fucking weird.
Masaki Yuasa, if I'm pronouncing his name right, and he's known for like Tatami Galaxy, and shows his art style is his animation style is very distinct. A lot of people were upset. A lot of like Sakuga nerds were upset with him because this show isn't totally consistent in its animation. Like some of it just looks wonky and bad, whereas some of it's like purposefully wonky. Like some of it's just clearly.
I thought a lot of it was
No, it's-
purposely kind of bad.
Well, like a lot of it was like clearly just like not high a number of keyframes and stuff, and like a lot of people had complaints with the like final scene or one of the final scenes when Akira is Devilman. Spoilers: Akira becomes Devilman. Who could have known? He
fuck?
is like standing
Oh, shit.
there saying, "I am Devilman," and then the kids come up and hug him and stuff, and everyone's like, "It just is poorly directed." I think it's alright, whatever. But anyways, a lot of people said like this is his first show that's not like perfect. Oh yeah, he did ping pong, stuff like that.
Ping Pong the anime.
yeah, okay,
I
that makes
actually
sense.
saw that recently. The animation is
Ping
actually
Pong's a
kinda
fucking
hideous.
masterpiece.
I mean, it flows
What are
really
you
well,
talking about?
but if you just look at the
That's what
still
matters in Ping
frames,
Pong.
it's hideous.
Yeah, sure, the still frames are bad, but what matters is the flow, because it's about ping pong, a sport of flow. It's a beautiful
I
masterpiece.
mean, to be fair, some of the scenes, like when China
Who fucking
was
cares?
playing against, what is the dragon guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looked like it was made in MS Paint.
who cares? It's beautiful. It stirs up my heartstrings. It reminds me of the joy of competition. I, a professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player, understand.
Very highly ranked in
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
It's got
yep.
sub that and everything.
I really do, Brandon. Anyway, Sakuga-kan Ikimasu. Is it...
Garugamesh?
I needed to say that. Garugamesh.
But
Oh, well. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I realized as I was like thinking about the themes and shit in Devilman that I didn't really have a strong opinion about it, because I realized that it's probably a pretty good show, and it had some it was pretty engaging, but like it still is missing some kind of special flair to me to set it apart. I mean, like it's definitely in the upper tier of shows that I've seen just because there's so much shit up there. But I still don't think of it as my favorite, despite all its
so
merits.
hear me out here. I think you're comparing it to things like Evangelion, which since you've already seen that ending, you've kind of seen this ending. But remember that Devilman was way before that, and so a lot of the things that may not seem particularly unique were because it did them all first, and then a lot of things after it copied it.
Are you even fucking listening to me, Brandon? God, Jesus Christ! What I'm saying is that the show hasn't what I'm saying is that the show has some good writing, and it's done well, but for some reason it's just missing some kind of emotional flair, and that's not a fault of its own. Sorry, in my mind, it's missing an emotional flair, or it's missing a connection to me.
See, I'd say a lot of people said it's sort of because the original manga clearly wasn't planned from the beginning. Like, it was just kind of what happened, and he changed what was going to happen as it went type thing. And I feel like the anime, because it's really close in adapting most of the work, is kind of suffers for that. So a lot of the middle stuff.
It actually, I noticed,
like Celine is like clearly the big villain for a bit, and then she just isn't. And like what is Ryo doing? Like what is Ryo's plan? He's like, I'm going to be the ultimate evil guy by being a good guy, and then I'll be evil again. I don't know. And that's just kind of like it reflects the fact that the manga was just kind of written as it went.
I mean, that
makes a lot of sense.
Anime, though, they kind of reveal that Ryo is actually a total asshole in the first episode, and that he's just flat out not a very good guy. Because one of his first scenes was, well, first of all, he sews up, and then he literally fires a fucking automatic weapon at a bunch of random
rappers.
Street kids.
I said that he was good. I meant more like his plan was to help humans for some reason, and the ultimate goal of that was to hurt them, and it didn't. It wasn't a well thought out plan.
Yeah.
That's true. But to be fair, Ryo wasn't actually. I don't think he's actually a very smart guy, because he obviously didn't know what he wanted.
He does not watch Rick and Morty.
Throughout the entire
thing. He does not
thing.
have a high IQ.
He's missing a lot of brownie points. Yeah, I definitely noticed that. What the fuck is Ryo doing the whole time? He's just like his whole motivation is people are self-destructive. Look at how violent they are. I'll just kill them all. I don't see a connection there.
I mean, I think one of the main things about Ryo is that he doesn't actually know what he wants. Because you see at the end there, he did win. He did exactly what he wanted. It's like, oh wait, what the fuck did I just do?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how I saw it was that his view was everyone dying is inevitable, and I don't really get how he got to, so I should just kill everyone off of that.
I don't
know.
Yeah, like, they compare it to the scene where they find the wounded kitten, and he's like, I want to kill the kitten because it's suffering, it's gonna die. But, like, the humans in the show don't seem to be suffering in the same way. Like, the Devilmen are not, like, killing them that actively the devils aren't killing them that actively until he kind of shows up and screws everyone over.
Right. But yeah, definitely though, I noticed that, like you said, with them just writing the manga as it goes, the show has a very large spread of ideas that it doesn't go that deep into for a lot of them. Running, they love running. Why? Because at one point he says, "Oh, with my parents, I gotta catch up to them, and also I gotta run forwards because I gotta get something new and I gotta change. But also I just like running, and I gotta pass the baton because it's cooperation and it's still running." I don't know. The baton becomes like human empathy and connection, and Ryo doesn't have that, so he keeps dropping the baton. But then they do that like 50 times, and it gets really annoying. We get it. He doesn't pick up the baton.
One of the weird things is like there's this thing of after Celine dies, he realizes that she loved Amon. Akira realizes that, and he's like, "Can demons love?" But then it doesn't go anywhere because ultimately demons can't love. The Devilmen can love, but like it's clear that the demons can't. But then in the end, Ryo can because he's Satan. I don't know.
Right. So here's my take on it: is that the demons are separate from people, like for a clear purpose, and that's because I think it's probably saying that humans aren't inherently evil, but like we're prone to it, and that's why the demons come into you, and I don't know. You become stronger when you are good at accepting these problems that everyone has, or some shit. And Ryo thinks that we can't overcome these human deficiencies. Ryo thinks we can't overcome these human deficiencies, and Akira thinks that You can, with love and shit.
And in the end, Rio was right. Because he killed everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you prove your point.
I don't.
Yeah, but also...
Also, he
He was
this
just
buddy
a
was
school
wrong.
shooter that was given too much power.
Yeah. He actually had guns that he, I assume, brought into the school. So
He also had a really nice car.
he had a really nice car.
A really nice set of tits.
Okay, so he had all that money because of a online broadcasting service.
He was like a
Why does
news
everyone like him that
anchor.
much?
He worked at like Harvard or something.
I-
Remember, he was a professor. So
Yeah.
I guess he for some reason he's like Neil deGrasse Tyson of Japan.
Yeah.
He just like talks
To be
about
fair, it's
great
also
stuff.
it's also commented
closest
many
thing they have to a
times
black
that he's
person.
like super, or a couple times that he's like super good looking.
Yeah, I mean,
also,
that's
he
probably
seemed
it.
to be able to invent like crazy stuff. So I suppose you could sell that for a ton of money. Like
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, but it definitely there's another fun side view of this where Rio, whatever the fuck, who cares, is realism in an international political system, and Akira is liberalism, and Akira believes that with cooperation we can make international norms and regulations and have a stronger international economy. But Rio thinks that that's bullshit, and power is the only way to talk in an anarchist or anarchist
who is
system.
Marxism? I want to know this. And
I don't know. It's probably the girl because like she likes people and
she'd
shit.
be like-
I don't
feel
know.
like
She
she's
probably likes rights.
is constructivism or something like weird because she's like
Whatever.
saying oh they can change and work together.
Nah, I feel like the other high school's runner is constructivism because he just does whatever the fuck he wants. and
He was retarded. He was the most retarded character in the entire show. Oh my god.
I'll just be a devil. Who cares?
His
I'll
name
just be a human.
Coda?
Who cares?
I like how at the end
Yeah.
he just
It's
comes
fucking
out
Italy.
is like, no, I'll defend it. He just gets one shot. It's like, really?
He's literally Italy.
Good job, guy.
Yeah. If Germany's losing, I'll just be an ally.
To be fair, I think Coda's
Okay.
entire character was completely pointless.
I mean, yeah.
Because he did nothing
Yeah,
the
but he was
entire
gay.
thing.
He had sex with men. That was cool, right?
Oh yes, the token gay character.
Yeah. Remember when he literally ate his friends? That was pretty cool. And then he was sad about it the rest of the show.
He wasn't
That was
sad for that
unfortunate.
long.
Yeah, I guess. He was sad for a while.
Until, I mean, he was introduced like, what, episode 6?
Yeah, and he was on screen for, 2 minutes after that?
So he did that, and then I think he was gone at episode 7.
Yeah.
So he's there for 2 episodes, barely being in it.
Anyway. Hey, so I'd like to talk about the most important and best part about the show, by far, which is the fucking raps. Holy shit. Those were so
Freestyle
good.
Japanese rap
That's-
was pretty good.
Right? Oh my god. They were so well done, all of them. And also that one where that one guy is confessing to the one girl. Oh man, that's a
There's
good
an
one.
English version
Really
of that one.
drills into the
Yeah,
soul.
but dubs are for
Yeah.
nerds. Got 'em.
Yeah. Brandon, don't you know the cardinal rule of anime?
We can't look weak.
fuck you,
if we're,
Brandon.
like dubs.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah.
dubs are alright.
We
The
made fun-
Devilman dub's not
we'll-
very good. But it was
Brandon-
bad enough that I liked.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh my god.
We'll get mocked by all of our indie band followers though if we watch dubs.
Oh, no,
Yes,
maybe-
yes, our
maybe
0
they like
followers.
dubs. No, we have 2
Maybe our-
indie band followers and 1 anime YouTuber, and then Ethan. We're doing it,
Yeah.
boys.
And then Ethan's
And I
other
guess
account.
Sophie might still exist, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Sophie.
Plus,
We got
when you
we got the Mians. We're gonna make both of them watch it.
Holy shit, that's great. Also we got me and Scott,
We'll-
and that'll add
You
like
guys
100
will watch
views.
it like 100 times.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I don't finish it every
You
time.
just started.
I just-
And
I start it and then I realize that it's not that good.
then... Don't admit
Whoops.
that.
Whoops. Scott,
Alright.
cut that out.
a little bit editing.
Edit that one out. Also, we might want to like figure out some kind of way to edit these that isn't Scott does all the work.
No, I say
such
we.
as,
I
like,
like the
I-
Scott does all the work
No,
idea.
but we'll see. This one should be easy because we're doing separate audio properly now, and we'll see from there where
Yeah.
things go.
Right. That's the hope. Yeah, but anyway, the rap's really good, and in general, the music in the show, I like
it's
it a lot.
Just like
I'm a fan.
weird electric and
Yeah.
synth and stuff.
It is great ambient back music, and I would listen to like From Here to Eternity which is like the mellow sad shit one, just like in my free time.
Yeah.
It's good music. Brandon, how do you feel?
The music?
Yeah.
I liked it. They kept, they did keep almost all the Japanese raps in the English version as well. I saw both of them.
I am a fan. Because, like, it doesn't keep the same... I mean, they would have to, like, completely rewrite it instead of just doing an adaptation. So, makes sense.
I liked it quite a bit.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it was a good show. Also, hey, how do you guys feel about the sexual elements in it on account of every time they got the chance, nipples turned into spikes and you died in a sexual way?
It was pretty interesting, I guess. It's fun
Right.
to watch as a like visual thing, as a
Right.
metaphor, various things. I mean, as we've already said, it's all over the place, so who even knows, really?
Right. All I really get is that, like, sex is evil or some shit. I don't know. This definitely isn't going to help their birth rate, is all I'm saying. Because if somebody gets naked and their nipples turn into swords, I'm going to be pretty scared.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of it just looked
I don't
flat out ridiculous. Like the first episode with the that
Right.
girl who
That-
just
oh, God, that part
whose
was-
fucking nipples started eating people.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's hard to see a lot of that as being actually sexual. With
Yeah.
the Celine part, where they
Right.
started when he basically started raping her midair.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Also,
And the time that the girl, like, killed that guy and then fucked his corpse.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
weirdest thing was the giant thing of cum on his ceiling. After
Oh,
he had
yeah,
it
what the
went-
fuck?
So that brings us to the other best thing in the show, which is Miki's character design. How could he
Yeah.
not be attracted to her?
That's fair.
Like,
It's
have
pretty
you
good.
seen
He's
Miki
got
in a
great-
tracksuit? It's pretty hot.
So,
That's very fair.
so I'd like to point out both him and Miki were dressed the sluttiest of any other tracksuits. Because then Miko
Oh,
was wearing like actual gym shorts, and then fucking Miki's just wearing fucking skin tight bloomers, and then
Brandon, didn't you know
Akira is
that if you're-
wearing like a fucking tight shorts.
How are people going to tell that they're the main characters if they don't wear different clothes?
Well,
This is why
by
Japan has
watching the
uniforms,
show.
is to keep down the everyman. Yeah. No, I mean, how are the regular folks supposed to know at the school,
Oh, I see.
in worlds? That's why there's uniforms, is that you know that you're not special unless you break it. But yeah, I mean, Scott's pretty right there. Anyway, one more side note about the sex shit, because that sells, boy, is that I'm pretty sure that they used like the sex drive as a big demon thing, as another push towards the human nature metaphor with demons, wherein we can't control our demons, that is sex drive. You'll have to go out and have sex eventually, Akira. And then he does that and he vents his frustration a little bit, but later he's fine because he's got love or something, and the love beats out the need for sex somehow. I don't know. It's pretty weird. They didn't fully
I think
develop it
it's
again.
just- It tried to be like bestial nature, so like sex, food, violence,
Yeah.
all would control
Yeah.
the Devilman unless they can fight against it and be like Akira and realize that he has something to care about that's beyond that. So then he runs home and finds Miki dead, so got him.
Yeah, that's probably it. Hey, why did
Not
they all have
just
to die?
dead. Well, first of all, it's because the rap guys, two of them were absolute bastards.
Yeah, I don't really know what was
Like,
up
I
there.
don't actually understand. So I
What happened
understand
there?
how, like the guy with the long hair over his eyes. I understand how
Yeah.
that guy wanted to kill Miko, but
Right.
but they also killed their two friends.
You also remember.
So it's like you're killing your
They're probably
two
demons.
friends to avenge your one friend.
You also remember the guy with long hair with the hoodie, right? You're talking about, right? That guy.
Yep, that
Yeah,
guy.
he's the one that was
Green
like going to get shot by the police, and then Miki was like, "Don't shoot him." So he survived, and like, wow, what a jerk! He should
What a
have been
guy.
shot by the police.
Yeah,
Police
that guy.
brutality could have saved us.
I feel like the biggest problem with the show is how it did lack character development on several of the side characters and the villains. Like it had some good ones like Miko and Miki, and then
I actually loved Miko's development.
Yep. and then you got. But if you take like, I feel like Psycho Jenny the demon girl was supposed to be like the main villain, and she barely does anything. Coda has just terrible, stupid. Did nothing the entire time, basically. Then we got one of the rap guys had development. Then one of them died instantly after his development, and then so you got those other two who just turned evil for really no reason. Like dudes in a.
I mean, honestly though, getting Miki and Miko's development, that was good. You don't. How often do side characters get developed well in any anime? You know?
Eric, you got to hold it to a higher standard than every other anime. The thing you got to realize is most other animes are absolute trash.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. So now we've taken the assumption that this isn't absolute trash and are now scolding it.
Yes, because if you compare this to like fucking Isekai harem anime number 1 through 5.
You seem pretty jaded here, Brandon. What happened to the days when you hated yaoi?
Well, I still do.
I miss those days.
I get it every time I go to any type of manga website and click random, and it's yaoi, without fail.
Oh, he's doing it.
What a guy.
I'll do it right now. This is a shoujo, the world's best boyfriend. There you go. We do it again.
If you do this, Brandon, I'm gonna have to play Dota and play OD and run out of mana if you keep doing this. Oh boy. Yeah, but anyway. Side characters, I like them. Miko, I think that's an accurate depiction of what somebody not so great would feel like next to somebody that is great. And that's me, because you guys are great.
Thanks.
One of the interesting
now I'm
things
crying
about
too.
Miko is that she's actually...
You're
crying too. Is that she's actually a anime original character. She wasn't in the original
really?
manga.
What?
Yeah. There was a girl named... so fun fact, you remember the girl in episode 10 who had like the milk acid things coming out of her tits?
Yes.
That was Miko in the manga.
Oh.
But this Miko...
Oh, but lactation didn't play to the American audience.
Well, they still put her in.
I guess.
But at the... but they gave Miko... named someone Miko and gave him an actual character. Well, they named her Miki, but, you know.
Right. Didn't work out as well. Oh, boy.
I was pretty surprised at the end when the clown from It showed up and turned out to be a Devilman all along.
You'll cry too.
Oh, but actually, side note, real thing that happened when they attack the humans' final base, and they break out a demon, and the demon turns out to be a Devilman and turns on the demons. That was pretty fun. Oh, and the coach being a Devilman all along was pretty fun.
That was wasn't that Miko?
He just needs to fly.
When they broke out.
No, the coach. No, it wasn't Miko.
No, it was the Miko from the that was the milk girl.
Oh yeah, it was her.
Remember that was her exactly. Yeah, like the coach, I forgot the first episode.
Yeah.
Like he just
when he
just
just
hung out, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't forget he did that, but I forgot that was important at all.
Hey, but real talk though, how the fuck do people become devil people? Because that little kid, the little brother, he just is one all of a sudden. He didn't. There's no way he got that
It's
devil
just,
drug
that
somehow made the demons.
I think it's supposed to be the stress from finding out that demons are real. Because was it episode 6 or 7? Probably 6. It's revealed to everyone that there's demons with Coda.
Right.
And I think it's the stress causes a lot of people to devolve and therefore be easily possessible.
Gotcha.
I mean,
so
when Rio was talking
pushes the message
about how Devilmen are created, he wasn't actually lying, because they're created when people feel these strong kind of emotions, and so just announcing that kind of, I think that was his plan, is just announcing that caused a lot of devils to get possessed, and then made people, kind of hunt down everyone else who was feeling pretty normal emotions because they might be devil.
And then the world went crazy.
Gotcha.
And everyone died. And then the U.S. fought with the Russians, and God nuked the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a second. Wait a minute.
The thing is, remember, that's actually something that happened in the manga, but of course that was during the Cold War, so it made more sense.
Yeah.
Right. But then, A, God nukes the planet, but B, we got one still frame of Donald Trump.
And he's just looking slightly confused shouting? And shouting at some people who are trying to climb in the White House door.
What's that? I don't remember that.
It's so modern. Yeah, no, it was Trump. They 100% captured his image. Yeah, but they just kind of. had God throw a nuke at the worlds and then didn't talk about it again.
I mean, they mentioned that it didn't hurt humans too, and then he's like, "So why did he just wait till all the humans were dead to do it? What a dick!"
Yeah, it turns out God kind of a dick.
I feel like with that scene, they actually put that in too early. Because why would God nuke the planet then and then just stop?
They were trying to play off of the popular video game Overwatch, off of the character Sombra, who says hack the planet, because nuke sounds slightly similar to hack, and they wanted to pull in that sweet
So,
Overwatch
hear
moment.
me out here. Nukes do not sound even remotely similar to hack.
They both have K's in them.
Sure.
Yes, but they use them differently.
Brandon, it's not about how you use the K, it's about the size of it. And they're the same size. Anyway. Yeah, that's most of what I got about like theming in Devilman. It was pretty good. I liked it pretty a lot. It's 10 out of 10. Oh my god, the raps. Oh, those push it to a 10.
Right, I'll give it a 0 to 5. Because why not?
I will give
Perfect.
the non-meme answer of 8 out of 10.
Whoa, hey, that averages to like 6.5 out of 10.
We got him.
Nice.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, that just sucks.
Now that we've reduced our
That's a
number,
terrible
our thoughts and feelings to one single number, I think we probably accomplished.
Okay, how about I'll move it to a 10, so it'll be a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, I'm gonna move it to an 8, and that puts it back at a 6.5.
What the fuck?
That's the fair number. Let's be fair here.
6.5 is pretty good.
I mean, by mouse standards, that's like one of the best anime ever. Right? That's how it works.
I don't understand Mal standards.
They
I
don't
don't
have
understand.
any. That's the standard.
Mouse standards, like, if it's 8, it's the greatest show ever. If it's 7.9, it's alright. If it's 7.8, it's the worst show ever. just
Oh boy.
Be fair.
But like also, just the types of groups that go to Mal really skew what gets to the top and what doesn't.
Also, read Mal reviews. They're the best. Like,
I actually never have.
Don't.
like people in 2018
Oh.
still scoring things like 7 out of 10 art, 8 out of 10 story, 6 out of 10 music. Like they
People
go through
still
and
do that?
Yep.
I feel
my
like
God.
music shouldn't be counted as an as equal
Yeah.
to both story and
I think,
artwork.
Really-
breaking it down into
Really
those
should.
kind of categories makes it weird because it's a show. Like, even giving it a number out of 10, the whole show makes sort of sense just so people can look at it and move on if they don't care about actually finding out anything. But when you're breaking down the
Yeah.
parts, you're just kind of getting dumb.
So I've noticed 2 shows with the same description, which is art 10 out. It's a masterpiece. Art 10 out of 10. Story 10 out of 10. Characters 10 out of 10. Overall 10 out of motherfucking 10. And then it just has a couple Bible quotes. Joshua 10:25. Joshua said to them, "Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Be strong and courageous. This is what the Lord will do to all enemies you are going to fight." And there's 2 different shows with this same. I guess this is a new copy pasta.
This is a Christian anime review, Eric.
Oh yes, Mal, the Christian website for good Christians who love Japanese fucking
My
shit.
Abraham list.
Wait.
Alright,
perfect.
So do we have anything else on Devilman, or are we done with Devilman?
I think we're probably done with Devilman. Oh, never mind. Hey, so it turns out that Devilman, they're criminals. You move outside the law, and then you're stronger, and that's why they get better abilities. Is because they're doing things outside of social norms and laws, and it makes them stronger. Yep.
Devilman, Wall Street, taking the power.
Yeah. And all the black man gets is a plate of white lies. I love Community.
Yeah.
Also, I guess this is a pretty Western anime. On account of all the
it was
partying, sex,
produced by
drugs,
Netflix.
anti-religion, rap, and poverty and violence. And that it was made by a Western company.
Well, it was
can
produced
kinda
by
tell
a
the
Western
difference.
company, not
Yeah.
made by them.
That's what I meant, yeah. Yeah, so you can see a slight difference in values there. Ooh.
I mean, they also did the dub at the same time as the sub. That's almost unheard of.
That's actually
If only the
ridiculous.
dub was a bit better, but you know.
If only the dub was like Bacano levels, one of the only dubs that I think is worthwhile.
Best show.
Oh, hey, should we think of like some kind of fun song to recap our thoughts?
No.
No.
No, we should not.
Meepo.
I refuse to participate in this.
Meepo.
Okay, can we
All
cut
right,
that
Brandon.
part
This is
out?
why we kicked you out. This is why we kicked you out
I
for
quit. You
Andy.
didn't kick me out.
Because Andy would have joined. You
Andy
came
doesn't even
crawling
play
back
Dota.
and crying and begging.
This is
Yeah, who
a
cares?
Dota podcast.
You guys asked me to come
Oh,
back.
whoops. Yeah, so this meta is pretty weird. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Is this a Dota podcast?
Offlane
No.
is strong.
When is-
what is happening?
When's jungling coming back? Roaming suddenly, like the heroes that can do it, or there's less of them? I don't know.
I like how Sumail thought he was back for a second and then immediately lost.
Fuck him. Or if you're a whatever. Fuck Sumail.
Smail is
Actually,
not a devil man, he's a demon.
Yeah, he's just a demon. Sumail is Psycho Jenny, confirmed. What the fuck was up with... I actually didn't realize at first that Psycho Jenny was like just his assistant for his whole life, because they didn't mention it at all, and it never was important.
Yeah,
Like,
It's almost like they completely sacked the character of Psycho
you do
Jenny.
see, like, pretty early,
Yeah.
right, that, his assistant doesn't look at all normal. But, like, at the same time,
you can kind of
you're
tell.
like, what is the point here?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I think that's
It's
one
just
of
like,
the
what's the-
things that was cut from going from manga to anime.
That makes sense. Hey, so I heard from... Did you guys say that there was more manga after the world ending?
Yes,
I mean,
there's
there's a bunch of spin-off
follow-up
crap.
series.
Who even cares?
There's a direct sequel,
an-
though.
But like follow up how? Like are there humans left or is it like a new
Akira's in
species that came
hell,
back?
he's looking for Miki.
Are you fucking kidding?
The general consensus, as
Okay,
far as I
doesn't-
know, is that most everything else related to Devilman outside the main story is dumb. Like, not necessarily bad, but dumb.
Gotcha. So doesn't he know that all he has to do is keep playing his pipe or whatever instrument it is as he walks through hell to get his wife back, and then he has to go back up to the
That
didn't
surface,
work,
but
though.
he can't look back or something? Yeah, because he looked back, right? That was why. What is it about the Bible
No,
and
that
looking
one's-
back?
Well, that wasn't the Bible,
just-
that was Greek
yeah.
mythology.
Yeah, who cares? What is with a religion?
It's
and
about
looking
doubt,
backwards?
right? You don't believe what the gods tell you, and you have to see to believe, and therefore you get screwed over. It's the Polar Express, you know.
Yes.
Seeing is believing, and it turns out seeing isn't always believing. Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah.
Polar Express is my favorite Bible chapter, by the way.
I like the part where Jesus was Santa the whole
I
time.
like the part where Tom Hanks voices like 6 people in that movie. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I like the part where Alex Baldwin was in the Cat in the Hat movie as the main villain.
You mean Alec Baldwin?
I like
Yep,
the part
that's
where
what I
Alec
mean.
Baldwin's Oscar-nominated Baby Boss, or Boss Babies, is better than every
God,
anime
no.
ever produced in the last year.
Oh. No, it's not.
Then why did it get nominated for an Oscar?
Alright, that's fair.
Please tell me it didn't actually get nominated for an
Of
Oscar.
course it did.
Okay, but yeah, animated films have such an advantage because there's like none of them that the Oscars accept.
Yeah, but they also have a disadvantage because it's been recorded
There's only one
so many
category.
times that
Win.
none of them are watched.
I mean, yeah, you're right. There's one category for them. So if you're like a B tier animated film, you might get like a nomination for the Oscars, but it's just that one category and nobody cares about it.
Yeah, but also like these articles, it's literally just that the older people vote for what to nominate what their kids say to nominate
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
because none of them watch animated films.
Why are kids ruining the future, ruining our past generations like this?
I don't
God.
know. We need to our generation is the only good generation, and all of our generations are bad, just like throughout all of history. And we need to commit genocide.
Our generation sucks,
Yeah.
though.
No, our generation's the best generation because we're in it.
Yeah, don't you know that, Brandon? Come on.
Don't you know?
We're technically
that
millennials,
it's
right?
You who's a fool. Get wrecked.
I honestly couldn't tell you,
No,
Brandon.
we're
I really
considered
couldn't.
after millennials.
But we were
We're-
born and should remember just before the turn of the century.
No,
Why, Brandon? We literally no. You forget all your memories from 3 and before.
Yeah, but I was 3 when
Yeah, so you don't remember it. All
I
right.
don't believe you.
Anyway, hey, I guess that means we're done here, right?
all right. We want to do a 6 sign off.
Yeah.
Watch the gay rock show.
Wait! Oh, I'm so sad
Oh,
now
the
that the show
podcast
is
is
done.
over.
Oh, now I'm crying too.
What am I doing with my life?
Boo!
Oh, crying my eyes out, Scott, saying goodbye to all the people.
Wow, regular old dead person because I'm crying and I drowned in my tears. Eric here, signing off like a regular I'm dead.
And then
That's
there's
the worst
Brandon.
sign-off I've ever heard in the history of sign-offs.
Yeah, also I'm dead. And then there's Brandon.
Thank
Bye,
God.
everybody.
Adios.
And scene.